Hello and welcome to a Tuesday night special of Ludi Tonight. I'm Drumar, joined here by Rocket. Rocket, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking. We're here to see a Div 5 Group A matchup between Insomniac Central and Bagel Time. And Drumar, I assume you know this, but this is a crucial match between these two teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, Insomniac sitting at a clean 4-0 in their past four sets with a impressive 20-1 map record, only losing one match against Blood Moon. The rest of their matches against Jelly Squids, Wobblegong, and Crab Rangoons have all been 5-0s, so it's really impressive run by them. And we have Bagel Time, on the other hand, sitting 2-1, tied for second right now with Blood Moon. This is a very close fight for second place. If Bagel Time happens to lose this set, that would drop them into a tie for third. They wouldn't be out of playoff contention yet, but it's very close. It's going to be very interesting.
Right, and Insomniac Central would basically all but secure the top #1 seed in this group. They have obviously already qualified for playoffs just with their record, and being 20-1 with those map records as well, only losing one map to Blood Moon. Insomniac Central can be seen here as a really heavy favorite, and Bagel Time with everything to lose. It's gonna shape up to be a pretty interesting match between these two, as one team, heavy favorite, nothing to lose, while Bagel Time has everything to lose here.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like we are going to the week 1 map list. So this is their week 1 match. So we're going week 3, actually. This will be week 3. So we are starting on Rainmaker on Museum.
Yeah, definitely an interesting map here, as you tend to see a lot of more close range weapons such as Splatana and rollers on this map. Definitely interested to see how both these teams play it. Any thoughts on this map, Dreamer?
I would say this is a very open map. You definitely see a lot of different weapon choices. I mean, this isn't like a top level match. You're not going to see super crazy meta. You'll see some meta picks, of course. You'll see meta picks in any level. But here's really, teams really could just go whatever they really want. Meta's not going to matter as much in lower to mid levels, so it's going to be really interesting to see what weapons this team decides to bring out.
For sure. As we load into the match, get your snacks ready, get prepared, and sit tight for a Div 5 matchup between these two teams. As we see the weapons pulled out, Tri-Stringer pulled out on one side, and we see the Slosher pulled out as well. Definitely interested to see how these play out, as we also see a Junior, which is really interesting on this map, especially with that big bubble.
Yeah, Junior, especially with a whole bunch of Inksaber sub being ran, so they're going to be throwing a lot of flat bombs. Bubble already popped on the left side. We have Insomniac Central in the orange, as well as Bagel Time in the blue, and it looks like Insomniac Central is going to go for a very early push, getting all the way to the checkpoint immediately. A great push by them.
Yeah, however, they are starting to lose steam as two members of Insomniac Central go down, as Bagel Time potentially trying to get a foothold here, as the Junior just tries to farm that bubble, as I was speaking of earlier, and one member of Bagel Time does eventually go down. One member of both teams actually go down as a brawl ensues, and Specials go out trying to get a foothold in mid here.
Yeah, and we do see Wings with that stringer right here, trying to pop that Rainmaker. Able to pop it, seeing if they can put some pressure on that pencil, but they do have to back up a little bit, back up to their plat. One down on each team. There's only one special charge from that Slosher, so Tri-Strikes are ready for whenever they want to use it. We have two specials online from the other team as well. We have the bubble again popped by Goo right there on that Junior, and they're just going to hold out so much space.
Yeah, like I kept saying, the bubble is key here to place a foothold, as Insomniac Central seems to get a foothold into the base, as Wings on the Rainmaker here trying to avoid trying to avoid the onslaught of specials that are coming out, as a Zuka and Triple Ink Strike come out, but they do manage to stay alive. Starla on the Blaster here trying to potentially get a pick, trying to dislodge anybody, however, not finding much luck at the moment.
Yeah, also what's really interesting, Starla is choosing to play the vanilla range blaster over custom, so they're going to be We did see them pop that wave breaker, but we do see Insomniac Central, despite going 2 down, going all the way to 20 points. So it's going to be a big hole that Bagel Time is going to have to climb out. But they grabbed again and get all the way to 7.
Bagel Time with a really good push there, being able to just inch that Rainmaker ever so closely to the knockout, and now are in great position. However, Bagel Time has not been able to get towards mid. They have not even touched the Rainmaker to even get into the side of Insomniac Central as a member falls from each team, but the Rainmaker will reset, potentially giving Bagel Time the time to regroup here and trying to see if they can dislodge Insomniac Central out of their spots.
Yeah, we did see Wings get a pick with that Killer Whale right there. They did grab that Rainmaker. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but we do see Insomniac Central putting a lot of pressure on the members of Bagel Time on their plat. 2 go down on the side of Bagel Time, but 2 are down on the side of Insomniac Central as well, so they're probably just going to have to hold out in that far part of Bagel Time's plat, see if they can just stall out right there and regroup and get another push going.
Yeah, for sure. As the Zuka goes out, Wings with the again with the Zuka just trying to stall, and here Insomniac Central doesn't really have to get a push in. They can just continue to stall as one member falls to the bomb. That's the range blaster, as Wings is just continuing to stall. Insomniac Central has all the time they need here, just potentially not dying. However, the Rainmaker will force a move.
Yeah, one thing I am noticing as well right now, Insomniac Central is not running a cooler and is also not running any Zukas, which is a very interesting choice from them. But it seems to be working not like already, even though they do have 1:30 left in this game, so Bagel Time does have time to mount a push of their own.
Now, with Insomniac Central's weapon choice here, it's pretty balanced. However, it has the potential for a lot of poking ability, as they are in a great position, just unable to do anything. Andre with the triple ink strikes, trying to gain a foothold, trying to fight the Splatana there. However, it amounts to nothing as they do go down. Wings now trying to get the Rainmaker, as 3 members of Insomniac Central are falling now. Insomniac Central has to be very careful of this push, as it seems like Bagel Time just does not care and just wants to go straight for the knockout here with 45 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and they are able to get 1 down there, but they do go down. 2 are down the side of Insomniac Central. Let's see if Widow will be able. They are going to be able to pop the Rainmaker right there, and it looks like. Oh, but a great pick by Red with that saber, and a great triple as well.
Yeah, but Bagel Time now desperately with 20 seconds left resets the Rainmaker. However, I'm not sure if they have enough members for this final push, as Insomniac Central could basically now just take the Rainmaker and do as they please. Interesting choice, just trying to go in with it with 10 seconds time ticking down. Bagel Time has to get this kill, as Wings does manage to find a pick. However, Bagel Time now has to pop this for overtime. 2 members of Insomniac Central going down. Bagel Time has not been able to get anything past mid. Interesting to see if they can get it in, as the cooler is popped for this final overtime push here.
Yeah, the thing is, Bagel Time has not been able to mount a push this entire game, so they have to get all the way to 6 with 50 seconds remaining. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they're going to be able to try to go about that. And we do see Wings putting a lot of pressure with that stringer as well. But it looks like they are going to be able to drop it off the plat. They do get marked by that wave breaker, though. They are spotted by that range. Are they going to be able to... They're going to get picked in the corner, and Insomniac Central is going to take game 1.
Yeah, that was a really clutch kill there on the Rainmaker by the Range Blaster, because they were 3 members of Insomniac Central down. Bagel Time had a chance there to get and possibly some momentum going in an overtime victory. However, it is very much too little too late, as it looked like from the jump Insomniac Central just had Bagel Time's number there.
Yeah, definitely. If we look in this replay right there, we do see the Range Blaster perfectly getting that pick. It was perfect because of that wave breaker. Immediately did like probably, I don't know exactly how much it does. I think it's like 45 for a wave getting hit with it. So that will immediately put a lot of damage on that Rainbreaker. But we do see 24 right there, popping cooler, being able to get a pick right there. Just holding a lot of space, just stopping that push as much as they can, but looks like it wasn't even enough.
Yeah, it just looked like Bagel Time was just more or less trying to play not to lose than to win, as they didn't really... I didn't see much aggression from them outside of that, because they were basically just sitting near their spawn the entire time. However, this is a 9-game series, and I'm sure that Bagel Time is definitely thinking about bouncing back on Game 2, Robo Ramen Splat Zones. Always a classic on this map.
I love this map mode so much. It is so fun. It is so intense. There's a lot of routes you can go. Weapon choices are always insane. One thing I always like playing on this map mode specifically is Decapitator. I love playing Decapitator on Ramen. It'll be very interesting to see if that Stamper is going to go Decapitator this time. Maybe. I doubt it, but it would be very cool to see.
Sure. Also, definitely interested to see if the Junior is still stuck out, as it was putting in a lot of work with its big bubble. It's really good at helping set up just a shield for the backlines there, and that's honestly what won Insomniac Central that game. Just they were able to keep their foot on the pedal and just keep their chokehold on Bagel Time and just not allow them any room to operate in their spawn.
Yeah, totally. It was very good team coordination by Insomniac. It's going to be really interesting to see. So Bagel Time was not able to mount a push that entire game. So I am curious to see what is going through their heads right now. What do they have to change? How are they going to go about it? What counter picks weapons-wise are they going to do? It's really hard to counterpick weapon because you don't know what the other team is actually going to do. They could say what they want to do with that tri-stringer and all that, or they could switch it up a bit. You never really know. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Bagel Time decides to go about this.
For sure, and I think it's also a matter of they need to be able to coordinate and together and just play more aggressively, as, again, they just looks like they were just on their back foot the entire time up until that last moment. That was a bright light, though, at the end there, being able to knock out Insomniac Central. I just wish that there was more of that during the entire match and not having to resort to overtime to try to get anything going. But, like, to add to your point, maybe they will change up their weapons here, as Robo Ramen is a pretty, I want to say, like, close quarters in start on the sides especially, but very, very long range and directly down the middle. So it's definitely interesting to see what these teams come up with here.
Yeah, definitely. There are a lot of options you can do. I feel like Stringer would also still be very good here, just being able to get chip damage from far, but it looks like we're going to take a look and see what they decide to do. Looking on the side of, I believe, Insomniac Central, they are going to stick with that Stamper, but they're going to switch over to a Luna Neo, which is really interesting. And Bagel Time is going to bring out a Neo Slash.
Yeah, as well as switching over to the CRB, like you mentioned. Definitely an interesting pick here. CRB, generally, CRB is always going to be good in the meta, at least at the current state. But definitely interested to see the CRB version instead of the Range Blaster here, as I think the Wave Breaker would actually be a good, like, just deterrent here, as Bagel Time tries to take the zone, and they do manage to flip it and managing to take 2 members down of Insomniac Central with them.
Yeah, we see Starla with that Range Blaster putting so much just putting so much space between them and their opponent. We do see Andre having to jump back right there, but they are going to pop strikes immediately after jumping back, as Starlet pops the Kraken as well, see what they can do with that. But it's not look like it's going to be anything. Oh, narrowly avoids the Stamper, and that is a close one-on-one that the Stamper almost wins 99 out of 100 times. We do see Red with that Stamper trying to push in, but it's going to go down as well.
Yeah, 2 specials on the side of Bagel Time here, able to, Bagel Time trying to see if they can flip the zone, as the Junior, like we've seen many times, just creating space with that bubble, as the Tri-Slinger does go down to the pencil there, I believe, as now down 1 member. This can give the opportunity for Bagel Time to push in. However, Insomniac Central still dangerous in these zones. As we saw in the previous match, they had a strong, once they have a strong defense, it's hard to push them off. As I say that, though, they are dislodged and just absolute chaos going on, especially because Stamp gets taken out and 2 members of Insomniac, 3 members of Insomniac Central go down, as still, however, though, the Junior being able to keep the zone up, but Bagel Time now being able to get a stronghold on it.
Did the Pento get the pick on that successor from a tap shot? Because that's what it looked like. But members of Bagel Time had really good special coordination there to be able to just take back that zone. The Killer Whale is going to be popped alongside that bubble, as Red is going to drop down onto Starlight right there and get an easy pick right there.
Yeah, and just coming from a range blaster player myself, Swatana's are my worst nightmare, and just being in that range is just
Yeah.
like you have to hit that shot or else you're just basically dead there.
Yeah,
As Red continuing to cause chaos there with a zip line, just trying to get in the back line, manages to get a pick again on the custom range blaster, just making him ill. Managing to get 2 actually, and then managing to get out as Insomniac Central now out of the penalty points. To the time ticking down, Big O Time needs to retake this soon.
Yeah, they are going to pop strikes, but it's not really going to do anything as Insomniac Central is immediately going to just paint over it. They're pushing back the members of Bagel Time really far. We do see the pencil right there on the snipe. We see the Neo Splash is going to pop strikes again, trying to neutralize zone, but they are going to get picked off by that Stamper, and it looks like Insomniac Central is going to take game 2 as well.
Yeah, that match was definitely better played from Bagel Time as we were able to see, but just Insomniac Central, just once they were able to hold the zone, similar story from game 1, just keeping them out. Red, especially on the Splatana, just causing absolute chaos in the back line, and it was just a thrill to see as now up 2-0, Bagel Time now has a lot to think about as this could be potentially their playoffs that they're down in now.
Yeah, definitely. They are going to have to regroup in this next game. They're down 2. They still have some leniency. They can lose a few more matches, but we'll have to see what they decide to do. But overall, definitely a better showing than from game 1. Able to take some points off the zone as well, able to flip it a few times. So, whatever they're trying to cook up, it is working, at least a little bit. So we'll see how they decide to switch it up again, potentially.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe Clam Blitz is Bagel Time's mode, as next match will be Clam Blitz on Inkblot. My apologies.
I was like, Museum? We just
Yeah,
did
not
that.
Museum. We already just played that.
We just did that. We can't do it again.
Yeah, as Bagel Time here, potentially, definitely need to see some more fight. Again, like I was mentioning in game 1, they did definitely pump up their aggression a little bit, but just unable to hold against just Insomniac's Red. Like, again, we just go back to the Splatana player just basically doing everything, killing the mid lane, just being able to allow their players to get in is the key for Insomniac Central. Definitely interested to see how Bagel Time reacts and tries to shut down Red here.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be really interesting. And it looks like, by the looks of it, one of the teams is going to be subbing in. Looking at the PB right now, it looks like there's going to be a sub in. So we got a little bit more time to talk about what's going to happen in this game. What weapons do you think they're going to pick? What strategies do you think they're going to try to do? Got any ideas?
Definitely interested to see if there's a brush into play here, as we know, brushes are really annoying to counter, especially a really good brush in Clam Blitz, just being a giant distraction, just the mobility of it, as well as possibly sneaking behind, popping a basket is definitely key. And I just want to sidetrack real quick and take a note of the two teams' names real quick, as we didn't mention it earlier. Insomniac Central, definitely something I can relate to, as like just some background information. I know some members there do have problems with sleeping, and honestly, I relate with them so much on that.
I can't relate, but I just like sleeping, so fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something we purposely try to avoid, but just like when it comes to us, it comes to us. But hey, and Bagel Time, I'm not gonna lie, that I might be seeing things or just I'm hungry, but that initially looked like a whole turkey or chicken to me. I don't know why.
What am I looking at? I don't even know what.
I'm not sure.
Half-eaten bagel or something? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think it's like bagels in a bag. However,
maybe.
Yeah, but we are moving into game 3 now between the two teams. 10 attacks being pulled out on one side, and on the other looks like similar lineups here, as Insomniac Central now with the advantage here have nothing to fear really. They're just playing for fun here, as again, like we mentioned, playoffs are secured for them, and we'll see how this initial skirmish goes.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. Insomniac Central deciding to run backless. Their furthest range is only that Stamper, so they're might have a little bit of difficulty dealing with that pencil and a whole bunch of midliners. But we already do see that pencil able to pop Cooler right there. Again, Insomniac Central deciding to run Coolerless and Zukaless.
Yeah, at this point, I believe they're just having fun out here as 3 specials are online for Insomniac Central, potentially trying to get an opening here. However, the tent attack does fall, and so does the Stamper here to the Pencil. Pencil trying to get more, and
Ooh.
does, with 3 members down of Insomniac Central, being able to turn this around quite efficiently as the Luna Blaster just trying to cause any distraction. However, they do have to fall back. Now, Bagel Time with a strong hold into midpoint. Definitely interested to see how this triple ink strike could potentially lead to a push here, as Clam Economy is much in their favor. But as I say that, the Slosher does go down there.
Yeah, but the strikes do go out from the side of Insomniac Central. They are going to push their way back into mid as 2 go down on the side of Bagel Time. Insomniac Central is going to mount a push of their own, and we're going to see how far they're going to be able to bring it.
Yeah, and with the pop and a little bit of follow-up there, Stamper falling, and that bubble from the Junior again and again has provided space. Bagel Time, though, just trying to do their best to kick Insomniac Central out of their base, doing so by killing Red there. And now with that penalty, Insomniac Central can just basically chill with the lead, as both teams do have a ball.
Yeah, and we do see the Junior right there just throwing some bombs as much as they can. We do see Widow with that Zuko trying to get a pick there. 2 are down on each team. Widow seeing what they can do with that hero shot, trying to just strafe around their mid side. We do see Red with that Stamper just trying to go up and get a pick or 2. Junior does have they did have it, and it looks like they're going to pop Bubble in mid, trying to mount a push of their own. And they are going to be able to break the basket, and they're going to get all the way to 61.
Yeah, if I'm Bagel Time here, I definitely keep an eye on that Junior, because that Junior definitely seems to be the catalyst of all pushes, just pushing in that bubble, and Bagel Time unable to react to it. Now with 2 minutes 30, basically half the match over. Now Bagel Time needs to mount any attack here. Red, though, just doing everything they can to just peck at Bagel Time, managing to get 2 picks there. Now with the Zipcaster, Red continuously causing chaos just in their backline. 2 members of Bagel Time down. However, the Range Blaster finally gets revenge on Red, killing him, and now Insomniac Central has to regroup a little bit, as Bagel Time now on the offensive.
Yeah, and we do see the Pencil just painting over as much as they can. The strikes do come out from that 10 attack. And we're going to see what Insomniac Central is going to do. It looks like it's pretty neutral in mid. We do see Widow with that Zuka charge. Are they going to decide to pop it here? That's the question. They are going to decide to pop it, see what they can do. Able to get a pick right there. It's only the Junior left alive.
Yeah, now Bagel Time with a huge opportunity. They need to make use of it, however. I don't see the ball moving up at all. It's just sitting back there as the Junior tries to get in a flank, potentially killing the ball, and they do get a flank on it. Willow with the ball trying to get in, and that is a wipeout for Insomniac Central. Bagel Time just spending too much time there, and now this is going to be disastrous, as now Insomniac Central with 2 specials up, just causing chaos now, just trying to get the score up, moving it down to 32, and just causing so much damage from that. And regrettably, Bagel Time, a huge blunder there, and just Insomniac Central being able to punish them for that.
Yeah, that was a very quick regroup by Insomniac Central. That was probably not even a 5-second regroup. Be like, they blundered, let's get a push going, and immediately pushed as far as they can. We do see the strikes there being popped. We do see Andre with that Slosher, seeing what they can do, trying to get a pick right there. Not going to be able to get that pick on Nor. They are going to get a pick right there, seeing if they get a second. The second right there. But Luna trying to see what they can do, but does go down to Andre and that swap bomb.
Yeah, this backlineless cop working so well, as just the onslaught of, Insomniac Central just continuously causing pressure with 20 seconds remaining. Bagel Time with a ball has little time to waste here, as we already saw earlier what happens if you wait too long. They need to get a push in. Red continuing to cause damage on the right. They're getting 2 with the Pencil just left. 10 seconds left. Red, pay attention to them, as they are going to get a flank onto Bagel Time here, potentially ending the game, just causing damage, and that will probably do it there, as Insomniac Central does push in off of Red's aggression and taking map 3 for Insomniac Central.
Yeah, very strong push from Insomniac Central to just close out that game. Very strong pushes overall from Insomniac Central. So it did take them a while to get those points accumulated. They were sitting at 60 probably for like 3 minutes. But once they were able to get all the way to the 30s, Honestly, there was like no stopping them. They were just locked in completely.
100%, and that's the that was a moment there we're watching right now as Insomniac Central just able to push in with the bubble and just being able to cause chaos with the stamps there. This is the push that initially came from Bagel Time's lack of initiation, just being being unwilling to push in despite being up 3 members to 1, and I think that's a key moment there that could have potentially turned the tide. We're seeing Red just causing so much hecticness just in the back line. Red just being a thorn in Bagel Time and probably just in their nightmares as well as at this point.
Yeah, Red Stamper is a dangerous one, but overall, great playmaking from both teams. Of course, Insomniac Central is now 3-0. Bagel Time only has 2 more games left to lose, so it's going to be really interesting to see what's going to happen next when we go to Game 4 on Tower Mako.
Yeah, definitely interested to see the blaster play on here, as we saw from Insomniac Central, the Lunar Blaster, and on Bagel Time, the Range Blaster. Definitely hoping to see Custom Range Blaster here, as Mako Mart is a pretty close quarters, I think, in the middle, I'd like to say. But definitely with the Custom Range Blaster, just obviously with the Splat Bomb, it's always a good bomb, and with Kraken being able to stall onto the tower is key here. As we'll definitely interested to see the Junior as well on Insomniac Central. I think that would be a lethal duo if they bring it back, which would be the Splash Shot Junior with Bubble as well as Lunar Blaster, just basically making a kill zone around the tower.
Yeah, absolutely. I could definitely see that working out on top of Red Stamper. Yeah.
Yeah, that would just be absolute hell, as we've already seen in Clan Blitz, Insomniac Central has the ability to just run full backline and just cause absolute mayhem, as Game 4 is upon us, as we see Red again on the Stamper. No real big changes. However, Insomniac Central does choose to go back to a backline with the Tri-Stringer. A little disappointed. Definitely want to see a lot of aggression, but it's worked for them, so
It's interesting to see some Tri-Stringers. Tri-Stringers need more respect.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not hating on the Tri-Stringer at all, but man, I just want to see full aggression. But I understand, like, especially, but like, just being up 3-0, come on, just why not have a little fun? As Insomniac Central here, being able to get an initial good push with the bubble and just being able to cause chaos, as Bagel Time just scrambling, trying to muster any defense here as members continue to fall.
Yeah, and they were already able to push through the first checkpoint, getting all the way to the second right now. We're really going to be able to push through this as well. We do see Andre getting like pressured very far with that in the back. We do see Noir in that corner, seeing what they can do. Picking off Andre, they are 3 down, and that is a wipeout on the side of Bagel Time. And
that's the match right there.
That's the match.
Just like at the blink of the eye, Insomniac Central did not stop at all, just being able to constantly come in and just cause a lot of momentum, and just like that initial team fight, and being able to snowball off of it with no looking back. The initial pick onto a member of Bagel Time is just what the catalyst is to that, and Bagel Time at no point were able to muster any defense here. The bubble causing so much room there, and it's been a key throughout the entire matches, and we're looking at a potential another sweep from Insomniac Central. We've already seen they've sweeped 3 from their schedule. They sweeped 3 previous teams before. It's looking like number 4 might be here.
Yeah, there's a chance. However, there's been multiple times where teams have gone down 4-0, 4-1, whatever, and they are able to take it back. We're gonna have to see how Bagel Time no longer has any wiggle room to lose now. So they really have to switch something up if they're gonna win this set.
For sure, and definitely interested to see how this goes on Manta Maria Rainmaker, as I'm just hoping for a long match, honestly. Bagel Time is by no means out of this, as we have seen some counterattacks, especially on Game 2 Robo Ramen. I'm hoping to see more of that from them. However, Insomniac Central has been dominant throughout this entire series so far. It's definitely hard to pick against them, but what do you think Bagel Time could possibly do to maybe at least give them a fighting chance here?
I feel, hmm, I feel like I'm trying to think, and maybe when weapon counter picking is like the best way I can think. Something that counters Tri-Stringer, something that counters Red Stamper, anything. Like honestly,
For sure.
that's
I think what they need a key on and what we've learned throughout this is the two keys are the Stamper, Red Stamper, and the Junior. Just both of those being the initiation for any Insomniac Central as we've seen. So definitely looking to see the pencil trying to target Bubble more, trying to get that down fast, and trying to just at this point, Bagel Time has to be calling out Red at all times to make sure that they're accounted for as they've been a key player throughout this, but definitely interested to see if Bagel Time can do it, however, or is Insomniac Central going to go 5-0 here?
yeah. And as I was looking at the PB, it looked like Insomniac Central was locked in with all 4 weapons in like 10 seconds.
I mean, it's
So
worked for them the entire
it's
time.
like
I
if
don't
it
see
ain't broke,
why.
don't fix it, I guess.
Yeah, pretty
But we're going
much.
to see how Game 5 is going to go on Rainmaker Manta. We do see the same comp from Game 3 coming out, but we do see a very interesting pick from 24 going with the heavy edit.
Yeah, definitely interesting pick to switch off of the pencil there, and I think that's the change that they definitely needed to be able to counter this, as Insomniac Central goes back to their backless comp that we saw on Clan Blitz Inkblot, as 2 members quickly fall for Bagel Time. This is an early checkpoint pop for Insomniac Central, as we see in this 4-man lineup with these 4 weapons have been killer. The 2v1 on the side right there, taking out the shot on the side of Bagel Time as Insomniac pushes towards their home.
Yeah, we do see the Rainmaker dropping all the way, getting all the way to 23 immediately. Starlight is going to get that pick right there. Andre with that Slosher is going to get immediately picked out by Noir. With that, Luna Neo is going to get 1 pick on the heavy edit. That's a cooler offline, and it looks like the T-Tech is just going to slam it in immediately, and Insomniac Central sweeps this set 5-0.
I find that really surprising, honestly. Just unable to defend there. Insomniac Central with their, like, we saw this on Clan Blitz. We've seen how aggressive it is. Bagel Time should know by now how just dangerous they can be. However, just no defensive response by Bagel Time to be seen.
Yeah, Insomniac Central was just locked in that entire match, like full steam ahead. We're pushing this. I don't care what you guys do. But
Yeah,
that officially makes Insomniac Central's regular season record to 25-1.
that is crazy and definitely something to keep an eye on in playoffs. Now, Bagel Time potentially falling, I think believingly so, falling to 3rd place as Blood Moon potentially can jump them now. But I just want to take note of that match just basically being won by that Lunar Blaster at the end there, being able to get 2 key picks, sorry, as they do eventually fall. However, they caused enough of a distraction to get the cap, and overall just dominance from Insomniac Central there. Wouldn't you say, Drumar?
Yeah, definitely a very strong match from Insomniac Central. Bagel Time still gave it their all. Great try to them. Gave it their all. But Insomniac Central just... I don't know what else to say. Really.
Yeah, just really just mushing them through the entire time. Although it would have been entertaining to see all 9 games go, Insomniac Central just proved to us all how dominant and deadly they can be. But at this moment, we would like to say goodbye. But first, would you like to make any plugs, Drumar, before we say goodbye?
Yeah, definitely. You can find me over on Twitter at Drumar_SPL. That's pretty much the only place you're going to find me. But Rocket, where can the lovely people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Rocket_Splat. It's the same for both. You can also find me on Discord, just roaming around different Splatoon servers. If you see me in a VC, pop in, say hi. If you find my DM somehow, pop in. Definitely just chat with me. I'm definitely down to chat anything Splatoon and anything related that we may share in common. But speaking from personal experience, please do not spam them. But love to speak to you people. But yeah, overall, really entertaining match, really dominant from Sonic Central. Definitely hopeful to see them in the playoffs and see how far they go.